Hi friends! So I guess first I should tell you that none of this is mine. I just wanted to serve you some hacking into the mainframe looks. I'm in. But as I sat down here to write, I got a little distracted by just how silly I sit in an office chair. I have basically 3 settings because you're not really being productive unless your feet are asleep. Even better, weather permitting, I like to sit on the floor. Much better. So when I was on the campaign, we had these 2 wonderful but hideous garage sale couches in our office. They lived in a part of our office that was kind of dim with a sloping ceiling, so it gave it a real cave-like effect. And unchill vibes were strictly disallowed, so it was a great place to try and regain some shred of mental health. Anyway, one day I walked over to the couch area to discover that my team had already claimed all of the available seats. But the couches were pushed against each other so that they kind of formed a square with the walls, so naturally I was gonna sit in that square. So I crawled in there with my laptop and it was awesome. It was the exact width of my crossed legs, and the ceiling was nice and low, and when I was folded over my laptop, you couldn't actually see that I was in there. So while I'm in there experiencing just like unadulterated cave bliss, my boss walks by and just starts like chatting with my squad. So I pop my head up to chime in, and while I'd argue that finding me balled up in an enclosed space isn't an unusual occurrence, he seemed a little bit taken aback and was like, "Taylor, you're a director," as if people in positions of leadership aren't supposed to sit on the floor or something. And I can see how it's kind of childish. I mean, from a very young age, I was camped out in door frames and closets with books and paper in sort of a roundabout way of playing at work. But I kind of prefer to think of it like this. You know how dogs that are kennel trained, even if you're home and they don't have to, they'll still just chill in their kennel anyway? I'm kind of the same way. I understand intellectually that I could sit like an adult, but you will pry my cozy little forts of darkness from my numb, pins and needly feet. No bits of pith here really, but you can tell me if you have any peculiar seating preferences there in the comments. If you like this video, you can subscribe if you're so inclined. You can also find me on all my social medias in the links below, and I will see you next week. Bye!